new bleacher structure. It's coming up and up every day. A beautiful new scoreboard that I think you're going to love. We'll be able to do replay and things in game, some live video, going to be amazing. There's TVs on the concourse. When you're in line at the concession stand, you'll be able to see the game. So little things all over Tiger Park that are really enhancing fan experience. And then, of course, you know, the crown jewel now is the Performance Center. It's 14,500 square feet. You can't miss it if you drive by Tiger Park. It's going to be a beautiful facility. It's going to be huge for our team, for recruiting, just for the success of the program. So we're really excited about having that. It'll have 5 cages in it. We have our own weight room. It's an amazing structure, and we're very fortunate to be a part of LSU and have such wonderful facilities. Other exciting things, I think, for the fans, a really tough and exciting schedule this year. 36 games against teams from the NCAA field last year, 30 against the top 25 that just came out. So a tough schedule, an exciting schedule. I think the fans are going to love seeing our team compete against this schedule. I think we will enjoy it too. We're excited, too, about this team, and that's really the exciting part. It is a neat team, a different type look than maybe we've had the past few years, but a lot of fun. We are very new and very old all at the same time. So we returned virtually the whole lineup. Of course, we lost Emily Griggs, who was a mainstay in that lineup. Not an easy one to replace there, but we returned virtually the whole lineup. We have 7 seniors, and then we also, on top of that, have 10 newcomers. So it's an interesting dynamic. We're excited about it. We're excited to add a newcomer like Amanda Sanchez, who is preseason All-SEC, who's been one of the best players in the SEC for the past 3 years. We're excited to add a player like that to this strong offense that we already have to help out Aaliyah Andrews and Amanda Doyle, Amber Surratt, those guys that have been some mainstays for us here for the past 3 seasons as well. So we're really excited about what lies in front of us. We thank everyone for being here today, and with that, I'll open it up for questions. Oh, you're micing.
Obviously, getting Amanda Sanchez back as a graduate transfer, how do you foresee her making an impact on this team?
You know, she raises the level of everyone around her. So we knew we were getting a great player and a great hitter. You know, there was no question about that. But she's so cool what she brings to our team because she's just always talking the game. She's talking hitting. She just truly, her presence makes everyone around her better. She'll be able to, you know, protect Amanda Doyle or Aaliyah, however we decide to use her in the lineup. I mean, it's going to add a ton of depth to us. But I'm telling you, the coolest thing about her is what she brings to the team as a human being and how she just raises the bar for everyone around her. So I think she's going to be, I know we only get her for a year. It's going to be a great year, and I think everybody's going to love having her.
There was a lot of talk with that graduate transfer rule, mostly specifically in football, but how do you see that for affecting softball going forward?
Yeah, the new transfer rules are very interesting in the sport of softball right now. So I think it's going to take some time to see how it affects everyone and how it all plays out. Like I said, we feel very fortunate to have somebody like Amanda this year. We've had other transfers that have been a big effect in this program. Carly Hoover, people like that have been a big effect in our program. So, you know, I think it's going to be interesting to see how the new rules play out.
Mary Beth Gorsuch is really the only big name pitcher you're getting back this year with the losses of Carly Hoover and Allie Wall-Jasper. What do you foresee the pitching staff looking like?
I think Mary Beth Gorsuch is going to do a really good job leading this team. I think she's prepared. I think she's put in her time and waited. I think she had a really strong season last year, had some big SEC wins, some big performances against top teams, you know, so I think she's ready. And then I feel really confident about Shelby Sunseri as well. You know, she was injured for a lot of last year, so didn't get a ton of opportunity. We got her back late in the season. We were able to use her as a hitter, and we're going to still be using her as a hitter. Obviously, she's very talented, but she's had a great preseason, a great fall. She looks really strong. So I'm excited about our 2 returners. And then we add 3 freshmen to the group with Bailey Thornhill, Shelby Wickersham, Allie Kilponen. They all have strengths. They all bring something different to us. And you're going to see them early. You're going to see them right away first weekend. You know, they're going to be out there. We're going to need them. We need the depth. And I think they'll be ready when we call their name.
Do you foresee any other of the position player freshmen making a big impact early on this team?
A lot of the freshmen have done some really nice things lately. You know, we've seen a lot of really good at-bats from some of these guys. I think obviously Morgan Cummins will have a shot at catcher. We like to run, you know, you can't run one catcher for 56 games. It's just too much. So Morgan Cummins will have a chance right off the bat. And then Georgia Clark has just been swinging so well. I think you will see her right off the bat in the lineup as well.
Coach, what kind of leadership does Surratt provide for you at shortstop? And it seems like she was a freshman the other day. Now she's a senior for you.
Yeah, she's one of the ones that when you talk about her name and you put senior next to it, it makes me sad, because you think we're running out of days to watch somebody like her play. But what she has brought to us, we call her the brains. She really is the field general out there. You can see her run the defense and control the team. She does so many things for us on the field, and we're better when she's standing out there, there's no question. But what she brings to the team off the field, too, she is someone that everyone trusts. She can mediate any situation. She's empathetic. She has so many qualities that make her such a successful leader for us that you don't even know by, not getting a chance to be around her off the field. So she's definitely one of the ones that I hate seeing it, say senior next to her name for sure.
Thank you. What's the story with Michaela? I know she's listed as an infield utility, and there's only one catcher on the roster. Is that an inclination to want to use her other places?
No, she's a catcher. She'll be our catcher, and I think she's earned the right to be the starter. We have used her at multiple spots throughout her career, but she's really focused on doing the catching right now. I heard her the other night at our meet and greet introduce herself as a catcher only, so I think she's accepted this, and she has stepped up to the challenge. I think you're going to see a completely different look from her. I think she's probably the most improved, most grown player from last year, and of course, you learn a brand new position. It takes some time, right? Much more confident, much more successful. She's running the defense better, commanding the pitchers better. So I think you're going to see a completely different look from her. And she swung well last year too. You're going to still see that kind of offensive performance for her, but much more confident behind the plate. I'm excited.
Does it feel kind of weird to have no Carly Hoover and no Wall Jasper around this time around this year?
It has been a long go with those guys. And, when you get somebody that has such an impact as freshmen the way they did, I'm the one in the bullpen day to day with them. It almost feels like you're losing part of your family when those guys go. You're so close to them. Personally, you've put so much time in with them on the field. So, it is a different look. But I love this staff we have. I love how open they are to doing anything we ask of them. I think they all fill a role that is very different from each other. So the combination of the 5 of them is a very different look, which I like. And I think, they're going to be young early, but as this season goes on, they're going to have a ton of opportunity. I think the back half of the season is going to look completely different for these guys. I really do. I feel very strongly that they're going to grow so much that they're going to end in a very strong spot from all the experience they're going to be getting throughout. So I love this group. I love their dynamic. I'm excited to see what 2019 has in store for the pitching staff.
Hey, Coach. I know it's early and you have a lot of returners but a lot of newcomers. Have you thought about a lineup? If so, what does that look like right now?
Yeah, and when I'm thinking about a lineup, I'm also thinking about people that have deserved some opportunities. So, while Amber Surratt is going to be the starter at shortstop, right? She has been for the past 3 years. The kid behind her, Taylor Tidwell, is doing a great job and maybe deserves some at-bats or some things. So I have a lot of players in that group right now that are deserving of at-bats or of some time. So I think you'll see a lot of faces the first couple weekends as we try to figure it all out. We usually try to settle it down around first of SEC play, but we have, 20-some games to figure it out before then.
Last year's team was compared a lot to the 2012 team in the way that they won games. So what other team from your tenure does this year remind you of?
I wish I could answer that now. I have no idea what they're going to be really until the first pitch. It appears that our offense is really strong. Our offense is doing really good things. I think, we've had some great offensive years. 2015, 16 were some really strong offensive years. I think this team is going to look to do that. I think they're going to look to outswing people and out-hit people. I know, Howard and Lindsay have done a really good job making a few adjustments in this offseason, trying to create a little more power, and we're seeing that on a daily basis at Tiger Park. And then we've added Sandra Simmons to the staff this year. She's a familiar face for everybody around here. Really fortunate to have somebody that understands our system so well, and she works with the slappers, and they have been super successful this spring too. So we've seen a lot of good things out of those guys. Seeing a lot of triple threat type looks from them, people that are able to swing, bunt, slap, all of it. So we're seeing a lot of good looks from those guys too. So what our staff is doing with the offense, I think they look really strong. So I'm hoping they can carry us a lot of the way.
kind of hate to make comparisons, but what Aaliyah Andrews has been able to do in her 2 years already here, how does that compare to what her sister was able to do?
What's cool about Aaliyah is I don't think she minds being compared to her sister because her sister was so phenomenal. And I think it's kind of an honor to her because she appreciates what her sister did and how great her sister is. So I think it's really an honor for her to be compared to her. And a lot of times I'll tell her something, well, your sister. And I said, and don't take it as your sister. Just take it as the best defensive outfielder we've had here, right? So I'm comparing you to the best defensive outfielder. It just happens to be your sister. But my opinion, she's going to give her a run for her money in every single category. You name it, and Aaliyah is going to give AJ a run for her money. I think Aaliyah is super talented, very special player. Players like that don't come along very often. She is, I think, going to do really big things this year. Already started to last year. I mean, her stolen base numbers were ridiculous last year. Then her percentages were ridiculous. So you can see how much speed she has. And then just a year of growing. She's moved to center field. So it is going to seem eerily like AJ out there. But we're excited about the year she's going to have, and we're just excited to have a person like Aaliyah in this program. She takes less selfies than AJ, I think. So that's a plus.
You mentioned 3 freshman pitchers. Is any one of the 3 separated herself?
We've seen really good moments from Shelby Wickersham and Allie Kilponen both, honestly. Very different types of pitchers and very different ways that they got here. Shelby Wickersham is from New Orleans, so very familiar with our system. She's been to a ton of camps and clinics. She knows how we do things. She knows our pitching style, so very easy transition for her. So I would say she is a little more polished and ready. Then you take Allie Kilponen, on the other hand, who's barely had a pitching lesson, but is the all-everything, one of the most decorated players from her home state of Colorado, and just understands how to compete. So she is kind of the ultimate competitor. Then we have the polished, great fundamental kid. So I think, they're very different. They will bring very different looks. Like I said, you will see them both early. I have liked a lot of things from both of them early. It's been fun to have 2 people that are just so excited to wear the colors, so excited to be in this bullpen and just contribute any way they can.
Coach, what do you think the team has taken away from the last 2 years in terms of the trips to Florida State and learning how difficult it is to make it and not make it those 2 years?
You had to go there.
Sorry.
I think they understand that it comes down to details, and it comes down to the littlest thing either way. I think we were in a position to win or lose both years, right? I mean, there were moments where things could have gone either way both years, and I think they understand the details a little bit better. They appreciate the little things. I think they know what they're working for. They know they're working to not let that happen again. It is something that we talk about. We don't enjoy talking about it, but it's something that's motivating for us. And I think that has helped them understand that they have to be more detail focused. I think this team, too, has done a really good job defensively. It's nice to have a veteran defense. A lot of people that have played together before, their communication system is a little bit easier. I think, they've all been out there before together. I think they're very talented defensively, too. We have some really, really athletic people out there on defense. So, I think they will be able to keep us in ball games with their defense, hopefully outswing some people with their offense. And they understand the little nuances and little things that they have to be better at, trying to get 1% better every day at something. And, that's kind of their goal for this season, is just to keep improving and, understanding they've got to be ready for whatever they hand they're dealt at the end of the year.